Alright, this video will be a little review of circles and parabolas. This was a quiz. Problem number 1. Given the equation, determine the center and the radius. Well, the center is going to be the opposite of this, so negative 4 and then 0 because it's just y squared. This is the radius squared, so the radius is 6. Number 2, write the equation of this circle. Well, the coordinates of the center here are 5, comma, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, now these are all negative. So this point is at 5, negative 5, because this is down 5. So when we write the equation, we have to do the opposites of these. So this is positive 5, so I'm going to put x minus 5 squared. And this is negative 5 for the y value, so I'm going to put y plus 5 squared. See how it's the opposite? Now in this position goes the radius squared. Well, the radius is 3, so that's why I'm going to put 9. Alright, let's move on to number 3. Write the equation of the circle with this center and this radius. Whoa, be careful. The center is going to be x minus, well, the equation is going to be x minus 1 squared plus y minus 7 squared. Now it's got to be the radius squared. If you're going to trust your calculator to do this, you have to use parentheses. Okay? 5 radical 3 squared in parentheses. 5 radical 3 squared is 75. If you didn't use parentheses, you got the wrong answer. So that's why the final answer is x minus 1 squared plus y minus 7 squared is equal to 75. Okay, I should figure out, let's see, what would it be if they didn't use parentheses? So I can decide, how much partial credit I want to give. So I'll just make a note to myself. No parentheses would give you 15. Alright, I'll decide later how much partial credit that should be. Anyway, number 4. Write the equation of the circle in standard form. Well, I see I have my x squared right there and no other x's, so I'm not really going to worry about that. So there's my x squared ready to go. But the y's, I've got y squared minus 4y. I need to move this 18 to the other side, so add 18 to both sides. So I'm leaving a space. I'm going to have equals 18 now because I'm getting ready to complete the square. Half of 4 is 2. 2 squared is 4 again, so I'm adding 4 to both sides. This allows me to do the following. This will factor as the same thing twice. Y minus 2 times y minus 2. Okay, meanwhile I have x squared plus this is equal to, and we're looking at 22. Now this I can write as x squared plus, and this would be y minus 2 squared is equal to 22. And this is standard form. Alright, number 4. Determine the direction the parabola opens. Up, down, left, or right. Well, if the y is squared, which is weird, because normally we have like y equals x squared for a normal parabola. So when the y is squared, I know that it's sideways, either left or right. Because of the negative, that tells me it's going to be to the left. So that's the answer. Number 6. Given the equation, kabam, determine the vertex, focus, and directrix. Well, the vertex is going to come from these two right here. But be careful. Some kids would actually accidentally put 0, negative 2. But the x-coordinate comes from the x part of the equation. So the negative 2 goes first. The 0 comes second, because that's the y value. Y. Vertex. Then we got the focus. Oh man, I got to do a picture, don't I? Garbage. Asymmetrical garbage. Well, this is y squared again, so I know it's sideways. I know it's going to the right. So when I draw my picture, it's going to be this kind of a thing. Negative 2, 0 is like here, say. Okay, so this is the point negative 2, 0. This is the vertex. I know that it is going to the right because the y is squared and it's positive, so I know it's doing this type of thing. So I need to find the focus, which would be over here, and the directrix, which would be over here. For either one of those, I need to know the p-value. You know what I mean? The p-value is like this distance right here. You know, whatever. This number right here is 4p. So 4p is equal to 16. If I divide both sides by 4, that means p is equal to 4. Okay, and if p is equal to 4, then, okay, I mean, I've got negative 2 right here. So if I need 4, that means I have to go over here. So this would be 4. Okay, a p-value of 4. So guess what? That means my focus here is 2, 0. 2, 0. Now my directrix has also going to be p away from the vertex, but in the opposite direction. Okay, so here I go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So here's where my directrix will be. Okay, and this is negative 2, so this is negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6. Vertical lines are always x equals, so x equals negative 6. Alright, my OCD is happening, so I need to move that over because that was horrible. So there you go. Boom, boom, boom. Aha, look at that. Formatting faux pas. There's a nice little line for me to put the stuff, but it fell on the other page. So what are you going to do? Anyways, number 7. Graph it, label the stuff. Well, the vertex, maybe I'll use these lines for this. That's so funny. The vertex is going to be the opposite of here, comma, opposite of here. So that's going to be 3, 1 will be my vertex. So there's 3, 1. It's going to be like that. Great. So now the focus. Well, this is a normal parabola where x is squared. So I know this is going to be up or down. And because of the negative, I know this is going to be down. So just keep that in your mind. Let's go and find that p-value that we need so badly. See the negative 4? This is 4p. So 4p is equal to negative 4. Dividing both sides by 4 gives me p equals negative 1. Okay, so that means I'm going to go down 1. So that means my focus is going to be right here. So there's my focus is 3, 0. Okay, I feel like I should zoom in, so tiny. So there's my vertex, there's my focus. My directrix has got to be p in the opposite direction. So my directrix will be right here. Horizontal lines are y equals, so that's y equals 2 right there. So y equals 2. Now, to finish the graph, I need to recognize that this number right here, alright, ignoring the negative sign, is my focal width. So that means if I go down to the focus, I should have a width of 4 happening. So if I go 2 to the right and 2 to the left, there's a width of 4. So this will give me a few points with which to graph my parabola. Okay, splendid. So that's number 7. Number 8. Alright, we need the equation of a parabola with this vertex and this focus. Well, let's start with the vertex. Well, you know what? Let's not start with the vertex. We need to decide if this parabola is facing up, down, left, or right. So, let's do a quick sketch of some kind. If the vertex is at 3, -1, okay, imagine this is 3 and this is -1. So this is the point 3, -1. Alright, now the focus is the point 3, 4. Okay, so 3, 4 is like over 3 up 4. So that's going to be like here. Why no parentheses? I don't know. OCD! Okay, so I know my parabola is always going to wrap itself around the focus there. So I know my parabola is going that way. So this is an upward facing parabola. Also, this tells me the p-value, because the p-value is going to be right in here. It's this distance. Okay, so I'm talking about 4 to -1. That's 5. So the p-value is 5. All of this tells me which model to use. You know, I always have to choose between whether I'm going to do the one that has x squared or the one that has y squared. But whenever the parabola is facing up or down, I know that's the x squared. So I'm going to go with, it's like this is the model. X minus h squared is equal to 4p times y minus k not squared. Now the h and the k are the vertex. So since this is 3, then my h is 3. So I'm going to put the 3 in there. Since this is -1, then this will be like minus -1. So it'll be +1 for the k value here. Now all I need is this p-value, but I already know that p is 5. Hold on, I sneeze this. Excuse me. I already know that p is 5. So that's going to make this 20. That's why the final answer is x minus 3 squared is equal to 20 times y plus 1. And notice the positive 20 means it's facing up. So, number 9. Write the equation of a parabola with this focus and this directrix in standard form. Again, we're gonna have to have some kind of a sketch. Alright, so here we go, sketch-wise. The focus is 0, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, whoops, 0, 6 is not out there. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is my focus. 0, 6. All right, now my directrix is x equals 8. X equals is a vertical line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's what I thought. So this is my directrix over here at 8. Okay, that's x equals 8. I know that the parabola has got to be in here somewhere, facing towards the focus and away from the directrix. So I know this is a leftward facing parabola. But I need to specifically know the vertex. Well, the vertex is going to be at this height, and it's going to be halfway between the 0 and 8. So between 0 and 8 is 4. So I know the vertex is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up at this height. So that makes the vertex 4, 6. All right, and I know that it's going like this way. So that's enough information. Now I have the sketch, I got the vertex. Because the parabola is sideways, I know that it's going to be the y squared version of this thing. So it's like y minus, we always go y minus the y value. Okay, so y minus 6 squared is equal to 4p times x minus 4. Okay, not squared. All I need is the p-value. We'll call this a negative p-value because of the way it's over here to the left. Okay, but this p-value is 4. All right, see, 0 to 4. This p-value is in fact, well, let's call it negative 4, like I said. Right, because it's to the left. So if I put in negative 4 right here, and then I am golden. So my final answer is y minus 6 squared is equal to negative 16 times x minus 4. So there you go. All right, last problem. Write the equation of the parabola in standard form. So we need to complete the square with the one that's squared here. So what I have here, I'm just rewriting it. I've got y squared minus 6y. I'm going to leave a space. And moreover, I'm going to move both of these things to the other side. Okay? Only room for one squared variable on the left side of a parabola. So I'm going to subtract 8x from both sides, and I'm going to add 23 to both sides. So over here, then that's going to give me negative 8x plus 23. Now, meanwhile, I need to complete the square. Half of 6 is 3. 3 squared is 9. So I'm going to do plus 9 on both sides. The point of that was so that this will be guaranteed to factor as the same thing twice. It will factor as y minus 3 twice. Meanwhile, over here, I have negative 8x. Let's see, 23 plus 10 is 33. So plus 9 must be 32. Okay, so over here, I will now write this as y minus 3 squared as we ease ourselves into standard form. Now over here, when you look at, look at this as an example of how the standard form for a parabola works. I have the parentheses over here squared, and even though they're not squared, I still have parentheses over here. So I need to factor out the GCF here. And in fact, any coefficient, whether it's a common factor or not. So I need to bring out this negative 8. To know specifically what goes inside, you can divide. So that's how I know it will be x minus 4. And that's it. This is the equation in standard form. Here endeth the lesson.